If you're looking for a super fun formation that's absolutely insane on the attack, then look no further than this formation I'm about to show you. I know you've seen the thumbnail, and I know you're thinking, oh my god, a 4-4-2, we all know the drill, full backs, inside forward, advance forward, blah blah blah. Well, no. This 4-4-2 is a little bit different. You guys know me, I always like to make things a little bit experimental. So this formation defends in your classic 4-4-2, which is a good enough solid formation for defensive work, and it'll stop the opposition from scoring many goals. However, in the attack, it converts into a 3-4-3, which gives you options all over the final third to tiki-taka your way in, counter-attack your way in, and score a shed ton of goals. So like I said guys, the formation we're going for today is the 4-4-2 flat. The build-up style is going to be counter. Now counter is crucial in this formation. Anything really where you're trying to convert into a 3-back in the attack, I'd recommend using counter, just because it makes your players get in and out of position quicker. Not for the runs in behind, they do help, but it's more important that your players are in position as fast as possible, because you don't want to get caught out on the transition. For the defensive approach, we're going aggressive, 95. It's the meta right now, but more than anything, you want to win the ball back as fast as possible. In this formation, naturally, with you playing 3 at the back, you are going to be a little bit more vulnerable defensively. It's just the way it is. This is an attacking formation, so get on the attack, get the ball back, and get your attackers straight back into position. For the player roles, goalkeeper, personal preference. One of your fullbacks is going to be on fullback defend. Both your centre-backs are going to be on defender defend. One of your wing-backs is going to be on wing-back and balanced. One of your centre-mids is going to be on deep-line playmaker and build-up, with the other being on box-to-box and balanced. Whichever winger is opposite to your fullback defend, if that makes sense, is going to be on inside forward and attack, with the winger opposite your wing-back being on winger and balanced. Then whichever forward is next to your inside forward attack winger is going to be on advanced forward attack, and the other striker is going to be on advanced forward support. And like I said guys, here's what it looks like with the ball, and it converts into a weird looking 3-4-3. I know it looks a little bit weird there, not gonna lie, but I promise when you actually get the ball, you'll see it in the highlights, you attack in a 3-4-3, like a proper solid 3-4-3. Give me sort of Conte Chelsea vibes. Anyway guys, let's get on to what sort of players you need in this formation and why we use these roles and how they work. What I would say is a little disclaimer, this is an ultra attacking formation. I wouldn't personally recommend using it from the start. You want a balanced formation to sort of get to grips with how your opponent plays. This isn't the best defensively. It's going to concede goals, but if you're looking for that more sort of fun, arcadey experience, I guess, because all I do really is tiki-taka. If you're looking for more traditional FIFA gameplay, this is amazing because you are all out attack. So for your goalkeeper, I wish I could give you the magic bullet, man. I really do. No matter what role they're in, they're going to make mistakes. It's pretty much inevitable. Just go for someone that you like. For your fullback that's on fullback defend, you want a fullback that is big, physical, but also quick. I'd be looking for someone that you'd be happy to play at centre half here. So obviously I'm running Lilian Thuram, and he is insane, but I got lucky with an icon pick, okay. But it's going to convert into a 3-back, and in the transition from your opponent attacking, you want them quick enough to get back to their right-back position, but you want them solid enough that if it is a quick through ball and they don't have time to get back, they do have the ability to play as that third centre half, which the Ram does super well. For both your centre-backs, defender defend, bread and butter. You want ones that are good at intercepting the ball, good at blocking, and good at making last-ditch tackles. Like I've said in the intro, this formation isn't the most defensive. You will get caught out between balls between your CMs and your CBs, just because CMs on this game, no matter what options you run on them, tend to not get back enough, which is really frustrating. Hence why the 4-2-1-3 is so popular, because you've got those 2 CDMs covering your centre-backs. But you want all-round good CBs, your metas here. You need them to make sure that you're doing well. I've got Araujo, and here I've actually got the new Carlos Alberto, another lucky icon pick. But in the gameplay, I'm running Upamecano, and they're similar sort of defenders. Physical, fast, strong, good at getting the ball back, and just make those sort of meta aura blocks that you need. In this formation, if you're running non-meta centre-backs, you are going to struggle, I'm not going to lie. Now for your left-back, this is important. You need a ++. You can't operate this without it. Even with it, it makes you vulnerable defensively. It's just the way it is. But at least with a ++, they have a chance of getting back and covering that winger in the 4-2-1-3. Without that ++, you're just going to be absolutely screwed. But you want a proper wing back. I know that sounds, you know, obvious, but you do. I ran Selma Bakker for this. Bacher, however it's pronounced. The Foot Birthday version. She's insane at wing back, but there's plenty of options that are really good at wing back. But you want them able to bomb forward, put a cross in if you need to, but also be decent enough defensively that when you are on the defence and you are on the transition, they're fast enough to get back and cover your opponent's winger. But they also need to be good at passing. They're going to become an out ball quite often because it is quite narrow in the attack. These are the wide options. She becomes your left midfielder. So you want her to be able to pass in behind as well. You're going to need a really good all-round player to make this left back position work. Someone like Bakker, absolutely perfect. Now with your CMs, you can play around with this a little bit, but I run one on deep line playmaker build up, and that's sort of your defensive cover, as close as you can get with CMs. I found that I've played box to box on both as well, and that works amazingly in the attack, probably even better than this, but it does make you ultra vulnerable defensively, just because of the quick transitions on this game. If you've got a cam especially, you're going to really struggle. They're going to find them all the time. So having one on deep line playmaker build up, you want someone like Patrick Vieira, a more defensive minded midfielder, good at intercepting, good at blocking, that's going to be sort of your anchor, always there to sort of cut off the play and then start you on the counter attack. For your box to box CM, it's an all-rounder, man. Like, can do everything, can defend, can attack, can score, can pass. You need someone like that. Obviously I've flitted between Yaya Touré and my Foot Immortals Kante in this role. Both have box to box plus. I've just found that a little bit taller physical presence works better. Don't know what it is, it just stops the through balls from being so easy to get through. Probably the lanky legs, but it is a case that Touré works really well in this role, but a tall, strong box to box player is what you want here. Someone off the top of my head that I can think that would be a cheap beast here is probably the Douglas Luiz, was it Globetrotters version? I'll pop a picture on, but he'd be insane here too. But they're going to be there to make last-ditch tackles when you need them. They're going to sit deep because they're on box-to-box, so if you can hold the ball up long enough, they will finally get into a holding midfielder position. But you need them to be good on attack as well, because they're essentially going to be your overload man in the attack. You've got your left midfielder that's cutting in as a sort of third striker. You've got your right mid and your left back that are staying out wide. So they're amazing options, but this guy's going to make late runs, and they're either going to be on for the through ball, or they're going to be your cutback so that you can do a bit of tiki-taka movement to get in and create an opportunity. For your winger that's on inside forward attack, you need someone that can just score goals, dribble past people, and is super fast. What they're going to be is going to be a late run to make a third striker. They're going to be often on for a through ball or a sweaty cutback, so you want them to be quick. But if you can get someone that's a little bit physical, like I'm using Salma here, incredible, because they're going to hold players off and you can just trivela the ball into the back of the net. In this formation, because they make that little later run, they tend to escape from the fullback. The fullback doesn't know whether to mark your left back that's bombing forward or your left winger that's cutting inside. So if you can get someone with trivela or finesse shot, you're going to get plenty of opportunities to bang goals in here. But also because it's a late run, they tend to not get caught offside all the time, man, which happens a lot with traditional wingers. It makes it a lot more helpful in the attack. Now for your winger that's on winger, I'd recommend going for someone that is dominant footed on that side. So if it's on the right, a right footer. If it's on the left, a left footer. They're going to be used on the build up. They're going to be used for crossing. They're going to be used for cutback. So having their strong foot on that side is more beneficial. It's really hard from the angle that they find themselves in to do a trivela pass. So definitely dominant footed on this side. But yeah, this winger will just be your bombing forward on the sideline, your out ball on the right or the left. And it just converts that 3-4-3. And they're usually in a position that makes it easy to pass to your winger, which is just super helpful. It's just an extra little pass that you wouldn't have in most formations. And it just gives you loads more attacking options to score those goals. So obviously on the strikers, there's only one small difference, one on attack and one on support. And that is purely because the one on support starts from deeper or wider positions. And that's where you want to convert it into a 3-4-3. You want them playing as sort of an inside right winger, sort of a classic right forward that we used to have on the old FIFA days. Even though I'm showing Kelly Smith in my team at the moment, I was running actually Salma here. And yeah, you can see from the gameplay, she finds herself on the right quite a lot. And you can use her as a build-up to try and and get into your striker to pass back to one of your CMs, or you can use her as a get-in behind winger and hopefully get into scoring opportunities. And then your advanced forward attack is your bread and butter striker, your central striker in the 3-4-3. You want them strong, you want them fast, you want them able to hold up the ball and also make those passes. This is probably where you want the complete forward, as it were. I'm using 94 Luis Suarez, but there's plenty of players out there. The CR7, obviously, SBC would be perfect for this. Just someone that could operate as an old school target forward if needed, but can also bomb in behind as well. But there you have it, guys. An absolutely amazing, fun formation for you guys to try out yourselves. It is incredible on the attack. It's so much fun to use. I've scored so many goals. And when you're looking to take it a little bit less seriously, you want to try something a little bit more exciting, this is definitely one of those formations that it'll get the blood flowing, man, in places that I can't talk about on YouTube. But yeah, if you're interested in giving it a go, here's the code for you now. Get it noted down. I've had an absolute blast with it. Got plenty of wins. But like I've said, defensively, you do have to be a decent player. You are going to be overloaded at times, especially if they're playing an attacking formation as well, especially an attacking variation of the 4-2-1-3. But hey, it's a fun formation anyway. If you guys have got any formations that you want me to put a video out on, or if you're trying out anything a little bit different that you'd like me to try out myself, pop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Likewise, if you end up using this formation and enjoy it, drop the video a like, it helps me out no end, and consider subscribing. More meta formations every couple of days. Anyway, hey, have a great rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!